Oh, here we go. Yay! Okie dokie, here we go. So we'll do the usual microphone check here. Check, check, microphone check. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Microphone check here. Check, check. Okay, there we go. There we go. We have audio. We have video. 720p, 60 frames per second. And we are ready to rock and roll. Yes, we are, my friends. We are ready to rock and roll. Not just rock, we're going to roll as well. So, my friends, hello, fellow Earthlings, and welcome. My name is Alien Richard, and we are going to do some farming on Mars. Yes, my friends, we are going to farm on Mars. Yes, yes, yes. So look at this, my friends. So, my friends, what do we have for you here? We have... This is a... now, if you check the description, we have a PC map by Farmer Bob. His channel should be linked in the description. Yes, it is. So this is a 2x PC map. It's a very, very beta version of the map. So just be reminded of that. And I believe I've made a mistake. Give me a second here. I should have done something here. I had to put a game save in here. Farmer Bob put out in an update file for his so I need to copy this. I need to paste this. I need to extract this game save. Okay. I need to copy it again. I need to go into my my documents here. We need to put in a game save. Oh, bugger. I'm going to have to rename that game save now because I have something on it already. So, my friends, just give me a second here. We have some technical difficulties that need to be adjusted. Otherwise, I won't be able to properly do what I need to do. What the hell? Farmer Bob, what have you done to me, my friend? What have you done to me? Oh, Lord have mercy. Why is there folders within folders, Farmer Bob? Why could you not just put the game save, where it should be? Within doing bloody subfolders. Lord have mercy. Paste. Oh, crap. Oh, son of a beeswax. This is not good, my friends. This is not good. Okay, let's try this again. Right. We will get this sorted out eventually. Just bear with me, please. My games, Farming Simulator, paste, game save 2. There we go. Okay. Now I need to bloody quit the game now. Back. Quit. We need to restart this. Okay, we launch the game again. My phone is charging. Paul's hardware is live at the moment. We won't be looking at Mr. Paul's hardware for. We might watch it later or something like that. Anyways, we'll try and do this again, my friends. Apologies. And how are you, Sassy? How are things? Apologies. I did not see you there, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Excuse me. I just drank a little bit of Coke there before I started streaming. Oh, holy buckets. Copyright strike, holy buckets. Right. Hopefully this works. There we go. Yay! So you see this? Farmer Bob created a game save for Terraforming Mars. So he uploaded it to one of the old dodgy websites. So what we're going to do, my friends, we have Terraforming Mars, okay? So this is a very, very early beta version. He's a new map maker. He's just learning to trade. This is a very, very early beta version 003. I've downloaded a parabolic antenna mod, which I thought would be kind of nice to put on the map. Just give me a second here. Let me turn off that damn music. There we go. That's better, isn't it? You can actually hear what the hell I'm saying. So, I downloaded a parabolic antenna mod. This is actually by AW Modding, believe it or not. No, I'm not interested in Bitwith either. So I actually asked AW Modding for permission to put this on this terraforming map by Farmer Bob, and he kindly agreed. So, my friends, I want to download a couple of mods, kind of space agey type mods. So let me do this. You see this, the Case IH autonomous tractor. That's kind of a, that's kind of a space agey type thing. So let me do that one. Now, if I can find the, the Syntrack, if I could find that as well, I would probably put that in there as well. I don't know where the Syntrack is, so let me search. So search SYNTRAC. You son of a beeswax. What the hell? Does anyone know where the Syntrack is by any chance? Where is that Syntrack? It's got to be there somewhere, right? Would it be in packages? Let's see, can we find this damn thing? Syntrack. S-Y-N. S-Y-N. Syn. There we go. Yay! Installed. Okay. And back. And back. And back again. And back again. And then restart the game. Bloody hell. This bloody... I wonder why can't we just, install mods without having to restart the damn thing over and over again? It is an absolute pain in the booty. So, right then. So we have our basic things here. So we're going to launch Terraforming Mars, okay? And we are, as I say, I do have a game save here. You see that? Oh, bugger. It's asking for the Mahindra Retriever 1000. I mean, don't I have that? B&K Farms. I don't have easy development controls. I don't have the Crazy Heather 100 Plus. You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to do it without it. B&K Farms. How are you, sir? How are things? So, my friends, we're going to take a look at this beta version of the Mars farming map thingy. So we're going to load up kind of a few little mods here, just to take a look at it. Alrighty then, so give me a second while I find these mods. So we're going to put this player speed, parabolic antenna. We're going to Mahindra Retriever. We're going to put, should I put global company? I don't think I need that. Forage, extended barm, you need that. Yes. Okay, Anderson Group, straw harvest, add on additional field info. Do I need anything else, my friends, I wonder? Let's just go with this, okay? So let's just kind of, make it kind of, basic and easy. Alrighty then. So let's go with that. There we go. Right, so let's start off this. So this is a game save. Farmer Bob. Now, if you look in the description of the video, there is a link to Farmer Bob's YouTube channel. No problem, Sassy. You take your time. So we're gonna take a look at this this Terraforming Mars map here. So it does say. So, as I said, this is a game save version, right? So this is not necessarily, how you would start the map. for example, when you start the map, you kind of fall down from Earth. So there's a spaceship or something over around here, and you fall down from, you fall down to Earth. Whoa, holy buckets! So let me just show you this over here. Let's speed up again. All right then. So he's trying to do his best to to kind of make a spaceship. With the available resources he has. You know, as I said, he is very much starting off. He's a beginner kind of map maker. But I was very interested in the map. I was very interested in the concept behind it. So I wanted to take a look at it and see what it was like. Now, my first advice for Farmer Bob would be this. This is supposed to be based on Mars, okay? So the lighting is all off. He has to reduce the lighting. Now, I don't know. Does anyone know offhand what the light level on Mars actually is? Is it 20% of Earth or 30%? Does anyone know that off by hand? So what I would suggest to Farmer Bob is he reduce the light. The brightness. From the sun and stuff like that. That's the first thing I would do. Also, if maybe he could adjust the I don't know if it's possible, but maybe the color temperature to make it a little bit more kind of red, So that would be my kind of advice to him off the bat, would be to reduce the light. I don't believe Mars is 100% brightness of Earth. Probably, I'm sure it's only probably maybe, I don't know, 30%, 50%. So when you start a map here, you kind of fall down from Earth, like as if you're landing a spaceship type thing, And he's done his best to kind of create and replicate, kind of a rocket thing here. And you have this little platform here as well. So we have some sheds here as well. Okay, as I said, this is a game save. A cat excavator, Nathaniel. I may look at that later. For right now, I am, I'm going to kind of focus here on the farming map. But I may look at other, I may go on Ballychris Farms and do some, proper farming later on. But right now, we're going to take a look at this Mars map. So I don't know how he has done the map borders. So let me see what I can do up here. Let's see, can I fall off the map? So let's go to the top here and see what he's done. Oh, okay. So that's interesting. So, oh, good. Well, that's not too bad. See what he's done there? So, you basically, you can't get any further than that. So that's the map border edge, I guess. Yeah, you see that? So, I mean, I'm not entirely sure, but I think this is a 2x map. But I could be wrong, though. I mean, this may be 4x. I could be wrong. I wonder, can anyone confirm whether it's 2x or 4x? Ooh. Oh, okay. So that must be where the map edge is here. And you don't want to do that. So let me just zoom in here, and we'll go back to this area here. So this is kind of the home base area here. So we'll just take a look around. Yeah. I might take a look at it later on, Nathaniel. But I don't make any guarantees that I will. So I wonder, in one of my streams there a couple of days ago, I mentioned something about a satellite dish. And AW Modding actually put that up for release, but I don't see it. Does anyone see the satellite dish? Let me buy a vehicle here. Let me buy a vehicle, my friends. So I bought this little thing here because I thought it was kind of appropriate for the map. You know, I thought it kind of, fitted the kind of the Mars theme, as it were. So this is the the Case IH, the autonomous tractor thing. I mean, you could imagine something like this being on Mars, right? That's it's not completely outrageous or anything. You could imagine the guys at NASA would be. There's a bit of a weird lighting bug there. Not quite sure what's going on there. You see that? It's kind of like the light is, I don't know, half coming through. So as I said, this is a game save that I'm playing now at the moment. Farmer Bob uploaded a game save file. So this is what I'm playing. I actually loaded up a game save file. It's kind of slow, isn't it? Okay. We need something faster, my friends. We need something faster. There we go. So let's get out of here and let's zoom out fully as much as we can. And we'll take a look around the map. So he has this area here. So what's the idea behind this map? Well, the idea is you do have fields, as you can see, right? But the object is not to sell product. The object is to feed the colony. You have a colony of people living on Mars. So the object is to deliver product rather than sell it. Now, I'm seeing some very, very weird shadow stuff here going on. You see that? Although it is, I'm not too sure about that. So he's got a little area here, kind of little production facility. So I assume that does something or other. I don't see any triggers or anything, so I don't know if it's something you have to actually use. So you have your fields here, obviously. It's quite large, this map. It feels, I don't know, it's hard to say, but it kind of feels like a 4X, but I could be wrong about that. So you have your stuff in here. Alright, so this is a kind of a large kind of area here. Storage area, whatever you want. So it's this cotton and wool. Animals. So there are points here, you see that? So there are points on the ground. And there are points on the ground here. So these must be some kind of... I think these are more delivery points rather than sales points. So just can't keep that in mind. So you have more markers here. I'm not sure what's over there. So he has some buildings and things dotted around this area. He tried to fill the map as much as he possibly could with things appropriate to kind of a Mars setting, but he's limited in what he can do, based on what mods actually exist. There aren't many space-based mods out there, So he's kind of limited. So you have like, see, that's like a fuel processing plant. So you obviously you need fuel to keep the the colony going. You know, keep them for energy and heat. And one of the other objectives on this map is oxygen production. And so you obviously have food production here. You see this food distribution and processing. Mr. Newall, how are you, sir? How are things? Yes, my friend, we are farming on Mars right now. We have wood processing. So the idea behind this was Mars, this particular, he has created a backstory. Mars has been partially terraformed, right? And there is a certain amount of, gravity and oxygen production. So what he is doing here is, in order to produce more oxygen, you have the trees, right? So that's what the trees are for. Now, everything on Mars grows slower than. So he's slowed down. The plant growth and crop growth and stuff like that. He's slowed everything down than it would normally be because you're on Mars. So that's, you have to keep that in mind. So as I said, the idea and concept of the trees is you're terraforming the planet. So you need trees, to produce oxygen. And then what you would do then is you also have to process this stuff, as you can see here. You have to process the logs. You can't. So you see there, wood processing, and you put it in here. So that's the kind of the concept behind the logs or the wood trees here. Where is my So let's take a look around. So there's huge amounts of space, as you can see. If you want to expand this map, add more trees, add more fields, add more buildings, there's a massive area here to work with. Now, I want to show you something. I installed a mod, and this is from Mr. AW Modding. It should be in here. So here's your satellite dish. So we're going to just plant this down somewhere. If we can find a nice area for it. So, I don't know. Where would be a good place to? I want to put it somewhere not in this shade, in this. I don't know. Maybe somewhere around here. Can you turn this thing? Rotate. No. Move. Rotate. So I don't know if I can actually change the direction of this. Does anyone know if you can change the direction of this? Anyways, you know what? I'll just put it down. So you get the idea. You're an alien. Oh God! Hopefully, Mr. Alien Jin doesn't turn up with his spaceship beaming up more and more cows. I swear, every time I start up a new map or a new game save, I lose cows on my farm every single time. I'm convinced the guy is coming here at night time, and he's going to bloody beam me up all my cows. So so where did I put that parabolic dish thingy? And we have birds. I don't know about the birds. That if I could give some advice to Mr. Farmer Bob, I wonder if there's any mechanism to take away the birds. That doesn't quite gel with Mars. I don't think there would be birds on Mars somehow. So you can see the satellite dish over there. So he's done his best. I mean, he's very limited in what he can and can't do, unfortunately. You know, there are no real mods created for. Hey, Six Snicker, how are you, sir? How are things? There are no real mods created for, you know, a Mars environment. As I said, luckily, ADub, our good friend ADub, provided us with this little satellite this year, and I think it looks bloody well. Yeah, that ain't bad at all, you know. Plop a few of those down, and it's big as well, you know. It's appropriately sized for what you would think would be on Mars. So, you know, he's looking for mods that are, you know, appropriate to the theme and the map. But you know, he's limited by what's available and his technical capabilities as well. You know, he's kind of starting out, so you know, he's learning to mod and build maps. You know, so this is one of the delivery bays here. See this delivery one for food processing. So what you do is when you farm the fields, okay, and you know, if you do soybeans, you harvest it and you bring it over to this area here. As I said, you don't sell the product, you deliver it, and the objective is to keep the colony ticking over to provide food, water, oxygen, fuel, you know, for the colony and stuff like that. So, I mean, even though you do have animal pens, as you can see, but I'm not entirely sure that kind of works. But you really have to stretch your imagination with this thing, you know. It's not like we can have alien cows or sheep or anything, you know. You kind of have to suspend your disbelief a little bit, you know, and you know, think outside the box. So he's a couple of areas over here. He's got areas for chickens, as you can see. Now, obviously, this ground texture here is Estancia Lapacho, you know, but you know, it's the kind of the closest thing he could do, you know, with the ground textures that are available to him. I think he's done a fairly good job with the. I think he's done a fairly good job. See, you're actually inside a crater on Mars, you know. So there you know there are large craters on Mars. So that's where the base has been positioned. And I think he's done a fairly decent job of kind of, you know, creating the mountain ranges and to make it look like a craters area, you know. Rabbitman 39, how the heck are you, sir? How are things? So there does appear to be some kind of mining here. See this? So yeah, I'm assuming this is salt or something. Let me speed down there. I'm assuming this is salt. I'm assuming this is maybe sand or gravel or something. So there is some mining on this map. One would assume that you would have to come up here and collect all of this, you know, and then maybe process it over here. And he's got something over here. So that's kind of a dead end thing. But, you know, you kind of get the idea. These are all static vehicles here. You know, you can't do anything with them. So there are a couple of things here. As I said, I assume... Now, this could be a placeholder. It may not be actually functional. But I think the idea eventually is to have mining on the map. So this may just be a kind of a placeholder thing. You know, it might be just a static object that you get. You know, you may not necessarily be able to mine this. You know, get a front loader and pick it up. But I do know one of his plans is to eventually have mining on the map and it kind of expand the you know the idea and the concept and functionality of the map. You know, but you know, it's not too bad. You know, it's not necessarily bad per se. Um, you know, obviously I haven't played the map, So do I have the Syntrack there? Yeah, I do have the Syntrack. So this is another one that I got. I thought this might be kind of appropriate as well, as a kind of a space agey type vehicle. You know, that kind of, you know, that kind of looks a little bit like an alien vehicle. So, you know, if I was playing this map, and as I said, I'm not actually playing it. I'm just kind of showing it off, you know, explaining the little concept and the backstory. But if I was playing the map, I'd maybe use the Syntrack. I'd use the, you know, the autonomous Case IH thing, you know. As far as I'm aware, these are the only kind of space agey type stuff that's out there, to my knowledge at least. Maybe there are other things that are available. But, you know, you could get a, you know, it is kind of weird, you know. The lighting isn't, it's weird, but you know, I just like the idea of it. You know, I think it's a cool concept. It does need more work, certainly, you know. And I do think he will have to adjust the lighting. You know, I mean, this level of brightness on Mars is not appropriate. So what I would suggest to him is to maybe research what the, you know, the light level from Mars would be compared to Earth, and maybe adjust the, you know, the settings on the game, you know, to kind of, you know, to reduce the light level to make it a little bit more, you know, Mars-like, I guess. But yeah, so you kind of get the idea. You know, you have what, 15 fields. So you have your delivery points here. So there's 2 delivery points where you have to. So all the fields have been reset, as you can see. So they're all ready to go. I probably, if I was him again, I would recommend maybe, you know, so they're already plowed. So you know, maybe I'd have them already, you know, plowed when you start the map instead of having to do it yourself. You know, have them plowed and cultivated and all ready to rock and roll. So the delivery points are here and here. So you don't sell the crops, you deliver the crops so you can feed the colony. So there are, you know, chickens, cows, sheep, pigs. There's a shop here, barn, spinnery, animal dealer, sawmill. You know, there's a lot of area around the map, you know, for you to place objects and stuff. You know, there's plenty of area here for you to do things with it. Yeah, you know, it's something different. You know, it's not just another, you know, map. I like the idea of, you know, the concept at least. I mean, does it work in the context of farming simulator? I mean, you know, maybe not. You know, maybe if we had, you know, dedicated space vehicles, if that would make sense. You know, if Giants were to create a, you know, a farming simulator on Mars, official thing, you know, you'd have to have everything custom. You know, custom buildings, custom crops, custom vehicles. You know, that type of thing. You know, you're limited in what you can do with, you know, available mods and available structures and stuff like that. But I like it. I think it's nice. I think it's different. It's got an interesting concept behind it. Does need more work, but you know, he's learning and he's working on it. And I think it's got potential. I do. I think it's got potential there. Would I necessarily play it? Maybe not now. You know, I'd give it more time for the map maker to develop the concept and idea. And you know, as I said, it's very early beta at the moment. But you know, it's a cool idea, cool concept. But you know, I just wanted to show it off to you guys. You know, see what you thought of it. Anyways, there you go. That's terraforming Mars. from a South African modder slash map maker called Farmer Bob. He does have a YouTube channel. His YouTube channel is linked in the description. If you guys want to check him out and follow him and sub to him. If you guys have any ideas, suggestions, if you know of any modders and map makers who could maybe help this guy out to expand the idea, please do so. There you go. That's it's a little bit of a first look or quick look on terraforming Mars. So, my friends, we are going to get out of that, and we are going to delete that. We are going to adjust our volume there. Excuse me. Right, so we need to get rid of the mods that I put in for this thingy. I'm going to uninstall that. What else did I put in? So I just quickly need to run through my mods here. Make sure I get anything that I... So we're going to get rid of that. And we're going to get rid of the Syntrack as well. We don't need that. So do we need anything else to get rid of? Let's take a look at the bottom here. So I did install another mod. Do you guys remember I showed off the class Xerion 3800 saddle track? Well, my friends, I found a vehicle that works with it. So I'm going to show you that. I found a slurry tank that is compatible with the saddle track 3800. So I'm going to try and find that damn thing if I can. So there we go. See, this is the Coeco saddle track thingy. So we're going to start this up. Yes, thank you, Nathaniel. Appreciate that. So we're going to get into our, our normal game save activity. I don't know how long I'm going to go. I'll go until, I don't feel like it anymore. Maybe a couple of hours. If you've not better to do, stick around, chat a little bit. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a rundown on some updates that I made to my software. Obviously, I'm on the PC. I don't know if you guys know, but there's a new version of Windows 10 coming out in May. I believe it's in the second Tuesday of May. So whatever the second Tuesday of May is, 12th or 13th or 14th of May, check your calendars. But what I did was I got a preview version. I'm part of the Windows Insider program. So that essentially allows me to preview the latest builds of the Windows operating system. So I installed Windows. Well, it's kind of called a 20H1 or Windows 2004. So it's the April 2020 update for Windows 10. Installed fairly quickly. I didn't do a fresh install. I've actually layered it on top of my, existing operating system and games and everything, So I didn't start it, didn't do a fresh install. But so far everything appears to be working okay. So and I put all the, there were a few other updates when I checked Windows Update. So I put all those in place. So what we should probably do here, my friends, is I should probably turn on the audio. That would be kind of a good starting point, maybe. Is that too loud for you guys? So you see this New Holland Blue Power. I'm actually not a big fan of the coloring of it. You know, I was actually comparing it to the original Blue Power mod. The way the paint job has been done on this thing just doesn't look right, in my opinion. I don't think it's been, properly applied. So what I kind of decided to do is, I'm not a big fan of the color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it back to generic standard New Holland. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to customize this thing. So we're going to change it back to shit. Standard. No. Design color. Standard. Rim color. Standard. Now what was the design color? Oh, right, okay. Yeah, that's it, okay. So we need to design standard tinted windows. Blue power, warning signs. So I'm going to go with the tinted windows version here. Okay. So this is your standard, bog standard kind of New Holland here. And then I'm going to customize my weight here. And we are going to go with New Holland, as you can see. So we're going to change the main color to New Holland. And the design color to maybe white. Not too sure about that. I wonder if that's appropriate. Should I change it to a different color, maybe? Is there anything better than New Holland? No, actually, you know what? I think the white color is probably appropriate for this tractor. So let's take a look at the paint job of this thing. Yeah, much better. Much better. Yes, I like that. Much better. So let's go and give it some juice. We are going to need def eventually. Add blue. Take care of that later on. So we have harvesting to do, and we have more plowing to do. Well, you know what? Hold on a second. Holy buckets. Give me a second there, guys. There was a mod that I downloaded that I wanted to take a look at. Now, where the hell is that thing? Give me a second here, my friends. I need to find something. Real crop density. Has anyone heard of this mod? Real crop density? Has anyone seen that thing come out? No, I don't know if that's a standalone mod or not. Real crop density. Does anyone know what that is? Let me save the game there. Let me quit the game. Real crop density. Do I have it installed? Real crop density. I wonder, do I have to put it into a folder or something? Well, it's not on the bloody list. Real crop density. No, it's not on the list. So that makes me think that I may have to install it via. I may have to install it. Copy that. Real crop density. Real crop density. README file. Paste paste foliage to Farming Simulator 19 data. Done, and thanks for using. Okay. So I think what we're going to do here is I'm going to quit the game. Right now. So hang on. Nobody move. Let me so let me check that again. Paste foliage to Farming Simulator 19 data. Done, and thanks for using. Oh crap. I wonder what I should do with that. Mods. You know what? I think I'll leave that for another time. I think that might be a little bit too advanced for me right now, and I don't want to screw things up. So I think what I'm going to do is we're just going to continue on. Yeah, it'll be blank screen for a little while. It'll come back up. Have no fear, my friends. Have no fear. It'll be back up in a second. Okay. All right, let's do that again. Yeah, there was a mod that came out called Real Crop Density. It was 70 megabytes in size. It was in a zip file, so I just assumed that you didn't need to install it into any of the actual game files or anything. I just thought it was like a mod that you enable, but apparently not. Oh, I really hate that bloody helicopter sound. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so you have to install it into one of the game file folders for the real crop density. What I think happens is it increases. Well, I mean it's kind of a self-explanatory. It increases the density and quality of the crops. You know. Hey, Gabe Collins, how are you, sir? How are things? Unfortunately, Gabe, my friend, this is a single player only map at the moment. So I kind of generally don't do multiplayer per se. So I'm just kind of this is kind of a let's play and stuff. So give our tractor a little bit of a wash here. What did you guys think of the mods the last couple of days? Was there anything interesting in there for you guys? There's a few interesting mods, but whether I would use them or not, I'm not too sure. So I think that works kind of well, don't you think? With the blue and the white, New Holland blue and the white. I think it matches the tractor pretty damn well. So we need to harvest some crops here. There we go. Let's go and unload our harvester. So this is the modified New Holland. This is available on the mod hub. for both PC and console, I believe. At least I think so. I believe it is. So we're gonna continue harvesting here. I probably will pick up the straw. I am going to need straw. And God willing, the bloody map maker of Valley Crest Farms doesn't update the map again and require me to have a new game save. This is my third attempt at trying to play this map, and it's it keeps updating the map, and you need a brand new game save or start from scratch. Not good, my friends. Not good. So I do have some cash in the bank, as you can see. I'll probably end up spending most of that. I do have equipment I still need to buy. And there are other little things that I want to get as well. So hope everybody is doing well. Hope everybody is safe. In Limerick in Ireland at the moment, it feels like, considering the amount of people who are out and about, I don't know, it feels like, compared to previous weeks, there's a hell of a lot more traffic, more people going around, so it just kind of feels like the lockdown is over. That's what it feels like, even though it's not officially. There are more people out and about. Absolutely. So when I go out and about, I continue to wear my... When I go out and about, I continue to wear my, my PPE, gloves, face mask. I managed to get my hands on a hospital-grade face mask. So I was lucky to get one of those. Some of the stuff that you see people using are like garbage. They're not real proper face masks, and they don't offer any protection at all. So most of the ones that are being sold at the moment are junk, and the virus actually can pass through those. It's only a piece of cloth basically. That is good, Mr. Oldfart. Love your screen name, by the way. You wouldn't happen to be Mr. Aussie by any chance, would you? Under a different screen name, perhaps? Yes? No? Is Mr. Aussie lurking in the shadows again? I don't know. What do you think, guys? Could we have a sleeper in our midst? Okay. Alrighty then. So, yeah, so, this is, I know the description says terraforming on Mars, but we've moved past that now. We took a look at it. There's, it's nice enough. Needs more work, but, it's very early stages. But, we're going to move on to actual, proper farming and stuff. As much as one can have proper farming. Okay. Your kids call you the old fart. I like the name even more. I like the name even more now. The old fart. Yeah, you say kids calling you, you're like, I don't know, you're 35 or something, and your kids think you're you're old, you're past it. Hold on a second, kid. I saw Star Wars, the original, not the bloody travesty that is the Force Awakens or Rise of Skywalker. What an awful piece of garbage those movies were. Oh my days! I tell you, I was, you know, I'm not a fanatic, but I love Star Wars. I love science fiction in general. I pretty much watch, most of everything that's kind of out there. Um, the second movie, uh, I honestly, I didn't even finish the movie. I gave up on the movie before in the last 20 minutes before the movie ended. So I mean, I don't even remember the second name of the second bloody movie. Uh, it's not the Rise of Skywalker. I don't know what the hell it's even called. But anyways, the second movie. Um, I gave up on it. It was just so bad. I couldn't believe it. And I've seen all of the other movies, even the prequel stuff. I'm not the biggest fan of the prequel stuff, but I've seen them all multiple times. Mr. Newall. Oh my God, is that the twin brother of Newall? How did you get out of your cage, Newall? I thought K-Bot had you locked up. I'll have to inform Clutch that you were out and about. That's a little bit weird there. See that? That's kind of like the game save thingy here going on. It's see the way it's kind of floating. I don't know if you can actually see that. See the way it's kind of on top. That's interesting. I wonder. That's a little bit weird. Interesting. Look at that. I'm not sure if that's correct. Anyways. All right. Okay. Yeah. Mr. Goham is I'm one of many moderators on Mr. Goham's streams. A tunnel and a spoon. Have you been watching The Great Escape again, Mr. Newall? Don't you have some Mexican hotties to transport? Shouldn't you be on the Canadian border now? Transporting some Mexican hotties. So Newall timed out Newall. See that, Newall? That's your evil twin brother there causing trouble again. He got out of his cage again, Newall. Yeah. You must not be feeding him enough. We should get him and him and K-Bot together, and maybe Nightbot as well. So how the heck are you, Mr. Newall? Hope you're well, sir. I don't know if you guys saw, but the daughter of Farmer Buttons and Farmer Pierce made a little bit of an announcement on DJ Goham's stream there yesterday, was it? I think it was yesterday. But, she has a new baby farmer due at the end of the year, I believe. So congratulations to her and her partner. Yeah, you'll have to double the security around that Newall guy. He's a menace to society, that guy. So what the heck is everybody playing at the moment? Trying out this modified version of the New Holland here. This is the Blau. I don't know what the hell he calls. It's on the mod hub. He's done a good job with it, though. I like what he's done with it, certainly. Nice looking mod tractor, I have seen. I mean, I was in FS clubs. Everybody was streaming SnowRunner yesterday. I'm not a big fan of the Epic Game Store, so I won't be getting it until it comes to Steam. I just don't like Epic, and I certainly don't like this BS of exclusives that's going on. They seem to be grabbing all the new games through exclusives, and denying people access to the new games, which is pissing me off out there. Niwal is the evil twin brother of Nual. So you need to be careful of that guy. You know, he's a bit dodgy, and he's a terrible driver as well. I mean, oh my God, have you seen him drive on American Truck Simulator? You know, crashing very expensive trucks and equipment all the time. It's just constant. You know, what an awful driver that guy is. Uh, Newall isn't too bad as a driver, but that Newall guy, phew. I mean, he's worse than Farmer Min. I mean, that's kind of saying something, you know. I do, sir. I do have the Borgalt DLC. I do indeed. Yes, I do. Probably show you it there. There you go. Yeah, there you go. The Borgalt DLC. I do like it, you know. I don't have a need for quite this moment, you know. I mean, if you want to see something specific, I mean, I suppose I could get the smaller one. You know, the 8 meter one. I could probably, you know, if you wanted me to rent that, I could certainly do that. But the big stuff, you know, the big 30-meter jobs, you know, I don't necessarily need those big boys quite now. You know, maybe later on and stuff. Yeah, I do have the. I have all the DLC. Do you want to explain that one, Noel? Or shall we just keep it a mystery? Maybe keep it a mystery. Well, it depends on the crops. So, in my description, you know, the video description, so I have a Ryzen 3700X. I've got a Samsung 970 Evo Plus, 32 gigabytes of DDR 3600 memory, so 32 gigs, RTX 2080. So, you know, it's a fairly high spec machine, but I get even DJ Goham with a 2080 Ti and 64 gigabytes of RAM. He gets frame drops as well. It's not necessarily your PC hardware. It's the Giants engine, you know. So yeah, there's certain crop types where you absolutely will get frame drops. You know, you can even see it there. You see that? So I can show you that. If you go a certain angle, now if I go up there, that's 60, solid 60. But if I move down a bit, you know, it'll drop. The frame rate will drop. So it's more or less to do with certain crop types and crop density. You know, it's even if you had the best equipment in the world, you're still going to get those frame drops. You know, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. It depends on the map as well. Some maps are more optimized than others. You know, some maps are, you know, it depends on the map maker. If the map maker has custom crop types or custom ground textures and stuff, you know. I mean, for example, this particular map is you know, it's not on the mod hub. This is a PC only map. You know, it's fairly, you know, it's 1.8 gigabytes, so that kind of gives you an idea of what's going on there. So you need a fairly beefy PC to run it. I mean, I don't know necessarily. Would a 20? Does anyone have a 2060 running this thing, or a 2060 Super running this? I mean, maybe you can do it on a 2060 or a 1660 Ti. You know, I don't know offhand. So see the way the frame rate is dropping there. See that? And if I go like that, it's perfect. See that? So I don't know if you can pick it up on the screen, but what I find as well is poplars and sugarcane are an FPS killer, absolute FPS killer. If you have a you know, a field full of sugarcane or poplars and you drive through the crop, your FPS will just fall through the floor, you know. And even though I'm running off a, you know, a bloody fast NVMe drive, I still get splutters and glitches and spluttering and stuttering on the frame rate. So that it's not necessarily your hardware. It's just really down to Giant's engine. There's a couple of good DLCs coming for ATS. They haven't been released yet, but I'll certainly upgrade to those. I've got all the DLC for ATS. I've got most of the DLC for ETS2. Obviously, I've got all of the farming simulator stuff. I'm going to wait for SnowRunner to come on Steam before I pick it up. And I would assume as well that the price of MudRunner will probably go down as well, hopefully. I haven't picked that up yet, but I will eventually. I don't know if you guys know, if you are on Steam, there is a free game at the moment. If you guys go and search for Pac-Man, so just, do a search for Pac-Man, and there's a free version of, it's a full game, a free version of Pac-Man. I don't know what the full title is, but, I was watching a YouTube video there, and I know there's a YouTuber called Joker Productions. He does, like hardware and tech news, and he's kind of like Jay's 2 cents and Linus Tech Tips and that type of thing. But he does more kind of tech news. So he kind of mentioned that there was a free game on Steam. So yeah, I got that for free. It's always nice to get free stuff, my friends. Always nice to get free stuff. Are you, Dre? Are you on PC yourself, Dre, or are you on console? Or let me read your messages here. My little brother has our problem with farming simulator. He has a Windows 10. He tries to open farming and when he tries to start the game, he just turns it up and I need to skin some Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi, I think, Dre. It's Wi-Fi. Let me give you an example of a problem that I had with Farming Simulator and streaming. Now, as I said, I've got a motherboard with a wireless AX. So that's not AC, no, AX. The new version of it, wireless AX. I bought an Intel. It's an add-in card, and I am literally less than a meter away from the router, the router. So when I tried to stream on OBS in my in a wireless format, do through OBS or YouTube, would not work for me. No idea what was happening. I mean, the AX, is more than enough for it. And so what I did was, I just tried the Ethernet, and since I had it connected, directly by Ethernet, zero problems whatsoever. So that may be one thing you could maybe try. Troubleshooting is a process of elimination. If it's a Wi-Fi issue, then you move over to Ethernet. I mean, is Windows 10 fully updated and stuff like that? Do you have all the patches and everything? I mean, the only thing I can just think, I mean, I'm not aware of your hardware configuration or anything, so it's very difficult to troubleshoot and diagnose. But just off the hand, I would say uninstall Farming Simulator, uninstall Steam, restart your PC, and reinstall again. And if the problem persists, then it's something else. If you want to go extreme, and this is an extreme solution, but it's a solution that has worked for me many times, I don't know if it's an option for you, but for me personally, I would do a fresh install of the operating system. And generally speaking, when you do that, it does resolve your problems. But that's a very extreme measure, you know. Really, they had Alien Isolation. I've heard good things about that game, Alien Isolation. $2. Holy buckets! Is it still available, Newell? Because I'd pick that up if it was still there. Oh yeah, I mean any game, any. I've picked up shitty farming games. You know, I've got you know the professional farmer or farm expert or farm mechanic. You know all those kind of crappy farming games that are on Steam. I bought the whole lot of them, you know, because they were on sale and they were $1.99 or $2.99. You know, so I mean I've got like you know, people don't believe me, but I've got like over 100 games now in my Steam library. You know. You know, as I said, I stream Farming Simulator, but I actually play other stuff offline. You know, but most of my quote unquote audience are, you know, Farming Simulator fans. You know, if that's a, you know, that. Hold on, let's try that again. Yeah, I mean, you know, shit. Alien Isolation for $2, even if it's garbage. I mean, Steam have a rebate thing, don't they? You can play 2 hours of a game and you can get a refund. Isn't that true? I think that's a true one of it. Oh yeah, absolutely, Dre. I mean, if you have Steam installed and you have it purchased via the Steam store, you can download any game anytime. You can install, uninstall games, and you could wipe your PC and reinstall Steam. You know, it's linked to your Steam account. You know, it's not linked to what's installed in your PC. You know, any games that you own are linked to your, you know, your Steam account. You know, which is, you know, it's not located on your PC per se. It's with, you know, Steam and their servers and stuff like that. Yeah, I have plenty of mods that are only available on, not even on the Mod Hub. These are from various dodgy websites, as I call them. I can give you an example of a dodgy website mod, and it's awesome. Here's a mod here. It's the Unrevert 332 Subsoiler. This is a very high-end, high-quality, high polycount mod. You need a fairly beefy PC to run this puppy right here because, you know, it's this thing is an FPS killer for sure. Um, this is a 10.9 meter subsoiler, so it is a ripper slash plow slash cultivator. Goes 12 mph, you need 250 horsepower. It behaves as a straight plow, you know, and it's awesome. It's one of the best pieces of kit. So I mean, I can show you another one that I have, which is from the old dodgy websites. See this? See, class Zerion saddle track. See that? I still haven't figured out how to turn it around though. I mean, there should be an option. See the cab here. You should be able to. The cab should lift up and turn around. It is in the settings, but I just haven't been able to find how to do it. I don't know. I think I may need simple IC or something installed for it to work. I don't know. Yeah, $2 for Alien Isolation is nothing. That's a great deal. All right, Sir Rabbitman. Thank you very much, sir, for tuning in. Appreciate it. We shall see you later. Right, let's put this into storage. I mean, I've got a nice chunk of money, so you know I don't need to sell it or anything. DJ has simple IC, or he has the saddle track. It's in one of the settings. I just have to figure out, you know, what keyboard thing turns the cabin around. Sure, I'll figure it out eventually. Yeah, he will. But you should be careful as well downloading mods from the old dodgy websites. I would absolutely have virus scanning software installed. Now you can use Windows Defender if you want to. You know, that's kind of preloaded with Windows 10. You know, and you know it should offer you basic protection. But I personally use a third-party virus scan software, and I use a VPN, and I've got a hardware-based firewall as well. But yeah, you should be careful downloading from dodgy websites. You know, as long as you have virus scan software, you should be okay. And then there are some mods can be broken. You know, so you know there is a certain, you know, the vast majority of times you'll be fine, but you'll always get the odd kind of mod that is a bit screwed up, and it could potentially ruin your game save. So always have backups of your game save. For example, my game saves, I have 4 separate backups. I have them, you know, on my PC. I have them on a couple of cloud services, and I also put it on a USB flash drive. So you know, every time I finish playing the game, you know, I put it on a flash drive. So you always have multiple. You know, you never have one backup. You always have multiple backups in case something happens. And that goes for any kind of data as well. You know, if for some reason your hard drive or SSD or NVMe goes kaput, you're going to lose everything. So you know, use cloud services. There are many out there for free. Microsoft has its OneDrive, which is, I don't know, 5 gigabyte, 15 gigabytes, something like that, free. A lot of the virus scan software, like Norton, or, well, I wouldn't recommend McAfee for anything, but you know, the various virus scan software have cloud services depending on the edition you buy. There are lots of different cloud services out there now, even free ones. Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with the old fart there, or Mr. Old Fart, that if you want to be absolutely sure, you know, get the mods. For example, custom modding. He has a Facebook page, and you know he gives you the links direct. You know, so, and he also gets the money from those links as well. You know, so every time someone downloads a mod using his official link, download link, you know, he gets a little bit of a kickback, which he, you know, absolutely deserves. I wouldn't fault him for doing that. So I guess we'll pick up the straw here. Now I'm gonna need to do something. It might be a bit dodgy trying to get wheel this bloody thing around. I don't think I'm gonna have to put the there we go. Oh, holy buckets. This webcam, holy Christ. You should always have a webcam with one of those little slidey thingies, you know, protection thingy, or even just a piece of tape, you know. If you don't have a webcam with a, you know, like a built-in cover, you know, privacy protector thingy, just get a piece of tape, black tape or anything. Or better yet, just uninstall the bloody webcam, because you know, there are ways people can hack into webcams and they can listen to the audio even on the webcam. I mean, the CIA have been doing that for years and years. You know, that's how they've tracked people down and terrorists and other people. You know. Yeah, you should always take online security very seriously. Never, never. I personally, I never download anything in an an attachment. So if I get an email, I mean, I've seen some very clever emails, very clever. I've seen emails from my bank that look absolutely legit, and if you click on a web link, it'll redirect you to a fake web page that looks absolutely identical to you know whatever bank you're with, and you cannot tell the difference. You know, so never open attachments, never click on any links within emails. If you're ever going to any kind of a financial website, always type it in yourself manually. You know, or use apps, use two-factor authentication. Uh, there are apps for you can do that. You know. What he could what graphics card does your what graphics card do you have, Dre? That could be another point of issue as well. Maybe update the drivers of the graphics card. I don't know. I don't know if you have Nvidia or an AMD graphics card. Maybe you could update the drivers on the graphics card as well. So if you have and let's say you have an Nvidia 1650 or whatever, go to the Nvidia website, download the latest drivers, uninstall the old drivers. Just don't update the drivers. Actually uninstall them from the control panel, and then install them fresh. Because sometimes when you update drivers or something that's already on the system, you can get problems. It's always I mean, it kind of takes longer, but it's always the good policy to install any software. You properly uninstall it, and then you install it from scratch. Well, there are ways. I mean, the Windows should tell you what computer hardware you have. There are utilities baked into Windows that will tell you what hardware you have. I can't think of it offhand. I'm sure maybe somebody else knows what it is. I know you can go into Device Manager and it'll tell you. But maybe most people don't know where a Device Manager is. Even just the system information or something like that should tell you what's there. Oh, Apple, Lord have mercy. Oof. Overpriced, my friend. PC all the way. You know what else I got today? And I was shocked to see it. So I've got like a well, I'll give you the brand, but I won't give you the model, but I'll give you the brand. I've got a Samsung mobile phone, and I got updated today to Android 10. I was on 9, and I checked for a system update today, and I got updated to Windows 10. Yay! So that was cool. Didn't expect that. And I got One UI 2.0 as well. OBS Studio got an update as well, so I updated that. Yeah, it could be. It could be a mod conflict. You're absolutely right. It could be a mod conflict. Yeah, if you ever buy a second-hand PC, like wipe it completely clean. You know, don't have anything left over from previous owner. I mean, it might be a little bit of an advanced option thingy, but if I was buying a second-hand PC, I would. There are programs and utilities where you can write ones and zeros to a hard drive. Now it takes like a very, very long time, maybe like 24 hours to do it properly. So you what you do is you completely write to the the hard drive with ones and zeros, and it completely erases the drive. You know, it takes a long, long time to do it, and that way you're kind of assured that all the previous data is completely gone. Yeah, and there are other free programs like info, like HW info. So there are free programs on the internet that will give you show you all the There is a little utility called GPU-Z, and it's a tiny little program, and I use it all the time. Give me a second there. I'll actually show it. I'll post it in the chat. GPU-Z. It's a brilliant little tool. Tiny, you don't need to install it. You just click on it. GPU-Z. Let me copy that link there. Love GPU-Z. It shows you kind of all your hardware. You know. There we go. So there's GPU-Z. You download that, and it's compatible with Apple as well. There are different versions. Apple and stuff, iMac. If you want that, you click on that. It's a tiny little program. It is safe. You don't need to worry about it. Like you double click on that. You don't install it. It's just a double click exe, and it'll show you all of your motherboard, what CPU you have, what graphics card, what BIOS your motherboard has, that type of thing. So it's a very, very handy little program. Hey Campbell, sir, how are you? How are things? Thank you for tuning in, my friend. Appreciate it. Yeah, GPU-Z doesn't have any, it doesn't ask for anything. Doesn't send any data to, through the internet or anything. Not too bad, no, sir. Not too bad, no, Campbell. What's going on, my friend? Are you currently playing Farming Simulator or just looking around YouTube for farming related streams? As I do myself quite a lot. Yeah, you can download GPU-Z. Well, I mean, it's for PC. Download GPU-Z. Double click on it. It's perfectly fine. It's safe. And it'll show you the what hardware you have on your what hardware you have on your PC. Really? There was a major outage in Ireland yesterday for several hours. I had a very patchy intermittent internet access. It made the headlines as well, the news, but luckily my ISP resolved the issue. Holy buckets. So what do we have in here? I don't know. I think this is wheat or something. So there's a good example of frame rate drop right there. See that? And then you go there, see the way see that? That's 60. And then that's, I don't know, sub 60, probably like 40 or 35 or something. So that's a good example of frame rate drop. give me a second here. I did change one of my settings. See that? So it'll come up on the screen in a second. Right? So it'll be, see, top right corner. So this is one of the old one of the little hacks in so you see the frames per second there. Okay, so see that, see the way it's 60 FPS, and I move down, and it goes down like to 30. See the way it can go down. See that, 30, 60, 40, depending on the angle that you go. As I said, that it's to do with the crop textures, you know. See that there? I can go, you know, 40, 30, that type of thing. Yes, I'm from Limerick in Ireland. Limerick in Ireland. So that's one of the there's one of the settings in the game files. You set it to true or false, so you know the FPS counter will pop up. But you can see it right there, the way it's, you know, the way it's going up completely bananas. You know, and it very much is. You know, I mean that my hardware is more than capable of it. As I said, I've got a Ryzen 3700X and a, you know, RTX 2080. You know, I mean, Farming Simulator isn't that much of a demanding game. It's just more, you know, the Giants engine than anything else. I wish more girls would say that to me than guys. Talking about my accent. You know. I appreciate that. Now I've never seen it go to 4, but I've seen, I don't know, there's a PC map called USA Legend. It's a 4x PC map, and the map maker has custom ground textures on it, and he has custom crop textures, and it absolutely hammered my frame rate. I mean, I was like sub 20, you know, between 10 and 20 FPS. It absolutely hammered my system, and you know, it's purely down to, you know, what modifications made to the ground, you know, the custom textures. I want to put on a little bit of a headland there. See the FPS there, see that? See the way it's going absolutely mental. As I said, this, you know, this is more, it's more bloody Giants than anything else. So I'm going to try that real crop texture thing. I want to see what it's like, but I'll need to install it into the actual game files. But that thing, you know, if it is what I think it is, it's going to absolutely hammer your frame rate. You know, it's going to increase the density of the crop, and oh, it'll be a nightmare, I think. Oh no, it's not a virus. It's just, you know, there's some, you know, the Giants engine is you know, it's at its very limits with Farming Simulator 19. You know, it's you know, it's kind of busting at the seams with you know, Giants really do need to have a, you know, a new engine. And I hope they do that with FS 21 or 22, but I don't think they will. I think they'll just modify and expand what they have already. No problem, Dre. No problem at all, sir. But you know, I'm not really a software kind of guy. To be honest, I'm more of a hardware person, because you know, I used to build PCs for a living. This was before the great financial crisis of 2008, 2009, where boutique custom PCs went the way of the dinosaur. And it looks like we could be headed into a very similar situation with the old coronavirus. It's not looking good globally, my friends. It's not looking good at all. Save your money. I don't know about that, Campbell. I honestly, I doubt it because you have two competing companies. Microsoft have said they're willing to do it, you know, and they have done it to an extent with Steam and Nintendo. But Sony are just very resistant to it. You know, they don't want to. They don't want. You know, they want their own closed ecosystems, which I think is a mistake. But I don't think the situation will improve with the PlayStation 5, to be honest. They have a very isolationist policy. I'd love to be able to play, for example, with Xbox players on PC to console. I'd love to be able to do that. Maybe that will happen with the, the new consoles. So you'll be able to pay an Xbox Xbox guy will be able to play with a Steam guy on PC. Hopefully that happens. I don't know if I don't know if you'll be able to play PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 versus Xbox Series X. I don't think that will happen. As I said, Microsoft have Phil Spencer has specifically stated in many interviews that they're willing to do it, but Sony just don't want to play ball. They want to keep their ecosystem closed. There could be all sorts of reasons. There could be maybe they don't want technical data of their operating system or hardware kind of revealed to Microsoft or vice versa. I don't know. But Microsoft has said, they're willing to do, they'd love to get some cross-platform stuff going, but it's just not happening. As I said, the situation might change with, the next-gen consoles, but we'll see. I mean, the specs of the machines look bloody awesome. I mean, I'm not entirely sure exactly what level of graphics, but I mean, it could be. We could be looking at 2070 super levels in terms of graphics performance with these. Certainly the Xbox Series X, I think we could be looking at 27 or 2070 level graphics performance in a console. That which would be fantastic. Yeah, mods. The mods. Mod makers, they'll make a mod for PC and console, but there are PC only mods that won't work on console. For example, this is a PC only mod here. This is by custom modding. This is a 36-meter new leader, line spreader, slurry spreader. Oh, I've got the lights on. But this is a like a super duper high poly count model. Giants would not allow this on console or PC for that matter because the poly count is just so high. Very large file size. You need a beefy PC again to run this thing. So we'll just finish off the liming here while I'm at it. This needs to be done anyways. Yeah, so you can see it there. So we'll just finish this off. So this is a factory, you know, a production map, a factory map. This here, my friends, is a fish farm. Okay, and you can actually see all the fishes in there. So you know, you can, you know, there's a point here and a point here. I can't remember if I can get in there or not. Probably is a way in, but I. So you can see the fishies in there. So they're only like a 2D texture. See that? So they're kind of reversed on each side. You know, they don't swim around or anything, but it gives you an idea of, you know, kind of the, you know, it's a production map. Like for example, I can show you a good example of, you know, console versus PC. My keyboard comes alive. See that? See the way I can turn on both lights there? That's like a console or a PC only thing. Whereas console can do this or do that, but they can't put both lights together. You see that? So that's, you know, that's an example of, you know, PC only. World of Tanks is free, isn't this? Isn't that a free online player thingy? Or freemium. I'm not a big fan of those freemium games, to be honest. You always end up paying a hell of a lot more through, you know, DLCs and, you know, buying stuff. Like what's it? World of Warships, whatever they call it. AABN modding. How the heck are you, sir? How are things? Thank you for tuning in, my friend. Appreciate it. So I need to detach that again. Let me bring this guy down here. If I do performance tune-up in my HP Support Assistant, I mean, you shouldn't. HP Support Assistant is part of, you know, it's an official program, you know. If you have a HP laptop, I have a HP laptop, and I've got HP Support Assistant. You know, it's an official, you know, app or program or whatever. So if there is a PC tune-up as part of the support assistant, you shouldn't have any problems. Microsoft does its own kind of tune-up anyways every day. You know, under the maintenance section of the control panel, Microsoft, you know, Windows does an automatic maintenance every day, depending on what time you have it set at. You're hoping to bring a silo with... Really? I'd have to see it in practice. You know, how it's going to look. If I could offer any advice, AABN, make it so it holds like everything. And by everything, I mean chaff, TMR, silage, wood chips. You know, make it a multi-fruit as well. You know, so it can hold like everything, not just the base kind of crop types. You know, grass, hay, straw, chaff, silage, lime, seed, fertilizer. You know, the whole 9 yards. You know, make it hold absolutely everything, and people love that stuff. You know, people love those multi-silos that hold everything, you know. What the hell is this guy doing? I swear these workers, Lord have mercy, always running off. Paying them good money and they're just, I don't know. Look at us. Look at that FPS drop. Look at that shit. So, man, oh man, look at that. 30 FPS. See that shit? Bloody hell. My giants. There we go. So yeah, this particular mod here is from the custom modding Facebook page. That's where I got it. So we're going to go to field 12. We'll go to field 12. So I've got my monitor. I don't do high FPS gaming, like 144 hertz or 240 or 480. I go more for a quality aspect. So my monitor is more based on a quality than high FPS. So my monitor is it can do 75 hertz, but I have it set at 60 because I don't know with my particular ISA. There's the helicopter. There's that helicopter. Is he gone? Is he? There he is. Look. So I think he changed the sound on the helicopter. That bloody thing. But if I had a choice between let's say a 60 hertz IPS monitor, like a Pro Art monitor for like professionals, like image editing or content creation, versus a 144 hertz gaming monitor. I would choose quality over FPS any day, because there's all sorts of LCD technology. If you want good color accurate representation of your games, I think you need to pay money, and you need to get IPS for absolutely sure. I would avoid TN and VA panels, but they're very cheap. IPS isn't necessarily cheap. If you can afford it, absolutely go for IPS. So my monitor at the moment is 27-inch IPS. It's set to. It's got G-Sync, so it does dynamically adjust. But unfortunately, the G-Sync range of this particular monitor is about. It goes from 48 FPS to 60. So if you drop before 48 FPS, you're going to get visual problems. As you can see, when my FPS drops below 48, you get screen tearing and stuff like that. So G-Sync is great, but there are different types of G-Sync modules. There's like 3 on the market, and depending on how much you spend, so the more you spend, the more you get. So my G-Sync module is at like the lower end of the spectrum, which is why I get some if I go below a certain FPS, I get some screen tearing. Okay, buckets. Es, Es. No, I'm going to screw up her name. Esminia? Is that right? Esminia? Esminia Sandy. How are you? How are you? I'm assuming you're a male. And if you're a female, then apologies. How are you? How are things? Don't want to offend anybody. Some people identify as genderless as well. In this modern age, you never know. Uh, I've seen some examples of people not appreciating any gender, male or female. Outlaw Bakari, sir. I mean, how am I supposed to refer to you if you're not a male or a female? Person, human, alien, plasmoid, silicon-based life form. I don't know. It's getting so confusing these days, Outlaw, isn't it? You know, jeez, you don't know what to say anymore. Whether it's someone getting triggered or offended, you know. Everyone is so easily triggered these days. My Lord have mercy. Hashtag triggered, my friends. Hashtag triggered. Oh! Holy buckets. I thought I saw the vehicle there. Thank you for tuning in, Campbell. Appreciate it, sir. We shall hopefully see you again. I think I'll take that FPS counter off. You guys get the idea. You don't need to see that bloody thing all the time. Let me take that off of it. Yes, sir. Mars was a an excruciatingly long journey of about about 30 seconds. So yeah, it was a tough journey, my friend. Interesting map, you know. Early days, you know, needs more work development, but it's something different, you know. And you know, I like different. Concrete roads. Good question. You can do it by two methods. If you're a map maker, you would do it via Giant's editor. I mean, I don't do that myself. That's a little bit beyond my technical capabilities. Can I watch your channel? What's on your channel? I use a farming simulator or Fortnite. I mean, if it's Fortnite, no. I ain't gonna watch. If it's farming simulator, sure, why not? The squad. The squad is your brother. Don't know about that. Don't know about that. What do you think, Outlaw? The squad's brother? Hmm. Yeah, you can do it through landscaping mode, which is probably the easiest method. I don't actually. I don't watch the squad, to be perfectly honest. I don't watch them at all. So I can give you a basic kind of idea here, just to show you. I mean, I can just paint it back on, but so you go to painting, and that's you know, you can paint the road in like that or like that. So you see that? So you can make it square shaped, so you could go, you know, make a road in that way. So, you know, that's you know, a very basic example of how one would create a road, and then I can just, you know, paint over it again. So that's a, you know, a very if you're talking about creating a map, then that's a whole different ball game. You know, if you want to create a road in while making a map, that requires Giant's Editor. That's a whole little bit different kettle of fish. It's called the Squad. I'll take a look at your I mean, the chat is saved. You know, once YouTube saves the live stream, you know, I'll click on your name and I'll take a look at your YouTube channel. Why not? Why the heck not? I had to find my trailer somewhere. What are you playing at the moment, Outlaw? What map are you on? Oh, holy buckets! Rustic. Ah, 3.1. Has he changed that map? He hasn't updated it again, has he? Gonna go down and get some def into our tanks here. Haven't even planted these fields yet. Don't know if I should actually. Honestly, I'm a bit scared to do anything substantial with this map, in case the modder updates the map again and I have to like start from scratch again. I just can't seem to get going on this map. It keeps updating the bloody map. What version is it now? Is it gone? Is it gone past 3.1? Add blue. I think 2 should be enough. I'm not sure actually. 100 liters. Maybe get another couple again. Man, I really wish someone would update this def mod. Look at the awful. Look at this thing. Terrible looking jerry can. Brilliant mod, but the quality of this jerry can is just woeful beyond belief. Really is. I wish someone could design, you know, a proper bloody jerry can. You know, it's just, ugh. It looks like something from FS09 or something, you know? It's terrible. Great mod, don't get me wrong. Holy buckets. Do we have any, no I don't. Oh, shite! Holy buckets, they're sliding all over the place. Oh, Lord have mercy. This could be a bad idea. For some reason my screen... Did I lose one of them? No, I didn't. Oh! Lord have mercy, they're sliding all over the place. Look at this. They're clipping out. Oh dear. I hope they don't explode. Oh lordy. The grass hasn't grown yet, so I can't do any grass cutting or anything. It's only on the first stage of grass growth. Lord have mercy. Look at this. Woo. Tip side. Left. Let's see if this works. Unload here. Son of a bitch. Is it going out? Yay! Okay. So that kind of worked. Barely. Oh, come on. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Shite. This should. See the way it stands upright? I mean, it should. What do you think? So that's what it's supposed to do. It kind of stands itself up, you know, by itself. Oh, the quality of it is awful. Maybe some modder could design me a jerry can and fix the def mod. There we go. Really? Do you think I had some unwanted passengers on my spaceship? Do I need to have a sterilization process, maybe? Ooh. Do I maybe need to disinfect my my stream here, Outlaw? What do you think? Maybe my stream needs a vigorous probing. Who knows? Oh lordy! Maybe you have some aliens in the chat. Well, not literally, but yeah, I kind of went to space at the start of the stream. If you want to go back to the start of the stream, or if you want to check out the video later on when it uploads to YouTube, you know, when I end the stream, you know, YouTube will eventually archive the video. Yeah, we went to space. I flew to space, and I was farming on Mars. Yeah, I was farming on Mars. It's a true story. Yes, Mr. Alien Jim is the only true alien of the farming simulator ilk. He's also an excellent map maker. I'm still of the belief that he's been beaming up my cows, and I think maybe one time he may have beamed me up as well and probed me severely, but I don't remember the details of it. It's kind of a, you know, one of these kind of, I don't know, like a lucid dream. I have this theory that Alien Jim actually probed me at some point. I don't know. I haven't been sitting right ever since. Mr. Farming Company, how the heck are you, sir? How are things? What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. You know what? I don't know if I'm going to play Rustic Acres. I gotta be honest with you guys. I don't know if I'm going to play it. That map has ducks in it, and you know how I feel about ducks. You know, I just can't bring myself to play that map. You know, those goddamn ducks. You know, and they're all walking around like they own the bloody place. You know, and they're all walking in a line. There's a line of bloody ducks on the map. near my hot farmhouse. You know, we can't have that shit. Oh, I saw it, Outlaw. I saw it. I was shocked and stunned. I was at the the display that went on at that around that chicken area. Absolutely disgusting. Just rows of ducks just walking around like no tomorrow. I don't know. All right, is Mania? Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. You take care. I'm not doing too badly now. Farming company, not doing too bad at all. Just catching up on a little bit of work around the farm. Thank you very much for subbing. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, I hit. I mean, I didn't really talk about it because I don't really, I honestly I don't really care about subs. I just stream because I technically can. Um, and it's nice to chat with people, and you know makes the when you're doing a few hours, it kind of passes the time as well. As I'm sure anyone who streams understands what I mean there. But I'm not really interested in subs. Now don't get me wrong. If I had 1 million subscribers and was making money from it, my attitude would probably change then. But that ain't gonna happen. So apparently, being a YouTuber, you get all the hot chicks. Apparently, I mean, I haven't seen them myself, but apparently they're out there. I think they're all on Twitch. Pretty sure they're all on Twitch now. Yeah, plopping their bits out, acting all in. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. We're not that dumb. That dumb. We're not all simps and fools. All right, Tracer, you take care. Thank you very much for tuning in. So yeah, this guy, as I said, in the last stream, this guy has changed the map a lot. This whole thing here has been added. I have no idea what that is even. Oh, so the light goes off. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. So you kind of activate and the light goes on, and the light thingy goes on as well. I see. Okay. All right. So that's a thing. Thank you very much, Ismina. Thank you very much. So you have the storage area there. Don't know what goes in here yet. Probably sugar beets or potatoes or something like that. We'll see what it's like eventually. I mean, I'm not even close to doing any of that yet. Yeah, close the door. Very, very long way off from doing anything like that. Food types, soil composition, growth. So we have one field left here, field 24. And that's wheat as well. So what's next? Good question. What's next is we need to pick up the straw. And I love the cargos, so I'm going to go with this one. What is the horsepower on the cargos actually? Can you see that? So that's 240. Sure, I have plenty of juice. Yeah, I've got loads of juice on that. This tractor is 380. It's my go-to, like, default de facto tractor. 45 mph. It's an awesome piece of kit. Beautiful mod. This version of the JCB 8330, you know, it's not on the mod hub. This is from one of the old dodgy websites. Well, it's like super duper good quality. I'm wondering if the modder is I'm thinking maybe the map maker is going to put something in here. You know that? So see this area here? I don't know. I thought there was something here before. I could be wrong. Well, I have a sneaky suspicion he's going to put something in this area right here. I think he's prepared it and everything, you know. He's maybe just waiting for the, you know, the models or whatever to be done. All right, Esmina, we shall see you next time. Take care. I think we might see more examples of that on the map as well if I once I start to drive around, where we'll see areas that are kind of, you know, ready to be, you know, have production facilities put on them. Come on, get out of there. Buckets. I'll be running people down there. Oh, buckets. Oh yeah, yeah. I just wish he'd reached, you know, 2.0 and just leave it at that, or stop at 1.4.5 or something. Keep updating the bloody thing. Can never get a start. This is my third attempt now to, you know, my third attempt on this map to, you know, to get it going. I love this this class forge wagon because, you know, the pickup head, it's super wide, you know, and, you know, you don't miss any bits with it really. It's very forgiving, you know, even if we're not, you know, bang on, you know, it'll still pick it all up. So it's a handy piece of kit. Be interesting to see how FS22 or whatever looks and feels. I don't, geez, the graphics in SnowRunner are fantastic. Oh man, the ground and the ground deformation, the water effects, the snow, the, you know, dynamic ground, 3D mud. Man, if we could get Farming Simulator looking like that game, holy buckets, it would be an absolute beauty. As I said, the engine is really holding it back at this point. And you can see kind of the modders trying to work around it with, you know, trying to do 3D ground or, you know, kind of custom textures and custom crop textures and stuff like that. You know, to kind of, you know, make it more visually appealing, but there are limits to what they can do. Frame rate drop. Lord have mercy. Frame rate drop. I don't often do in-cab stuff. You know, I prefer the outside. You know, it's just very restrictive. You know, I mean, I know this is like what it looks like in the real world. You know, but I just find it very, very restrictive. So, I don't know, do people play Mud Runner like this, or do they go on the outside? I mean, if you want ultra realism, I suppose, you know, If you had a wheel and pedals, you know, and a gear shifter, you know, you'd probably play like, you know, you play like this. You know, this is kind of the more the, you know, the arcade mode. Oh, holy bucket! Oh, shite! Oh my god, is my engine okay? Holy crap, I nearly wrecked my tractor. Imagine having real, like, damage on tractors and stuff. Can you imagine that? I mean, I know we have a maintenance, but that's not the same as, you know, real damage. So I'll give these guys a bit of a... I want to get rid of the yeah, I think that would be fine. Don't want to have too many cows at the moment. One of the things that I wanted the modder of this map to do. So you see this, you know, the hayloft or whatever they call it. I really wanted him to add grass, you know, grass support, but it's not there, unfortunately. Rather disappointed about that. I mean, he had a butt ton to the other one. So this one here, I mean, it only previously only supported seed, fertilizer, and pig food, and now it holds lime and TMR and chaff, and you know, great additions like. For some reason, we have no grass support. Maybe it's there. I just haven't discovered it yet. See, straw in here. It might be in another area that I haven't looked at yet. You know what? I should maybe pick this up here. It might be a little bit easier. Let's get this off the field and I can plow over this thing then. There's not going to be much straw on this area here. It's a very small field. I mean, it's probably even pointless, this fielding, and I could easily convert this to grass. It would be more valuable to me. In fact, you know what? I think I will actually convert this to grass. I think that's what I'll do. So maybe when I finish doing this, we can... Hey Kylie, how are you? How are things? Congratulations once again on your great news. Hope you are doing well. Yeah, I've been, I don't know, streaming a couple of hours, something like that. I'll be on for a little while yet, you know. Once my backside starts to get a little bit sore from sitting down, you know, I'll give it a, you know, quit the stream, but doing fine so far. Oh, nice. Oh, good woman yourself. Good girl. Tacos. Hashtag tacos in the stream. Oh man, I love tacos. Yeah, I love tacos. Love tacos. Unfortunately, with everything in Limerick in Ireland shut down, you know, all the fast food places are kind of, you know, closed. But you know, I do make them at home, you know, myself. I'm gonna have to see what happens from May 5th onwards, whether the partial, you know, the lockdown that we're in at the moment is going to be lifted or not, or partially lifted. We shall see. Is your Taco Bell open? I mean, I don't know how. I don't know if your state is in complete lockdown or not. So, see that? You only got 29,000 liters of straw off that. This field is just too small. You know, you can't. There's no yield off of it. So I think I'll just put it into grass. And I'll put this over here just for now. And I think we'll go and get our plow. What is the field status there? See, that needs to be plowed. So yeah, I need to do that. Oh, shite. What will I do? I think I'll plow it. I'll proper plow it. It's going to take a while though. This is going to take a while, my friends. Let's see how we get on here. Oh, holy buckets. That's not right. Oh, frame rate drop, frame rate drop. Lord have mercy. I was thinking maybe I should get one more tractor. Of course, I didn't bloody install the mod, so I'm not going to do it today, but you know the modded John Deere 6M? I was thinking of getting that one. I kind of like that mod. I think it's pretty good. Blau ER, BLAUAE or EU or something, I don't know. Whatever that modder's name is on the mod hub. Same modder has done this particular tractor here. The modded New Holland T8. My new controller, my new Xbox controller is doing absolutely fine. No problems with it. The guy... Oh, blocked by an object. What is going on there? Nothing should be blocked. The guy who purchased my old controller picked it up this morning, so he was over the moon with it. I keep all my equipment, my hardware and stuff in, you know, tip-top shape in case I, you know, all my PC equipment in case I, you know, I want to sell it again. Really, dude? Yeah, you, come on, dude. Seriously? Lord have mercy, look at this guy. Look at this guy. What am I paying him for? Huh? Goddamn workers. I'm paying him $2 an hour, and he can't even do the job. That's minimum wage on Farming Simulator, isn't it? $2 an hour? So. So if anybody's wondering what the hell I'm doing, you can see there, this thing, this unreversed 332, you know, it's a plow slash cultivator. So there's a plowing section on the front and then a cultivator section on the back. So look, he did it again. I mean, look at this guy. I mean, look at the amount of headlands I have given this guy to work with. Look at that. He has miles and miles of space to work with, and he's still bloody crashed. Unbelievable. Angela Hargrove, you need a farming name? I'm not quite sure what you mean by a farming name. Don't know if I'm the best person to name someone. You need a farming name. I have no idea. Maybe the others in the stream here could come up with something creative and inventive for a farming name. A farm sim name. Well, I mean, most people would say, like, you know, Farmer Bob or Farmer Dave or Farmer Min or Farmer Hargrove. What's wrong with Farmer Hargrove? That's a good name. Farmer Hargrove is fine. And people could just refer to you as Farmer H. So he's kind of going over the ground that I've already done, but we'll get rid of that now. So this field is done. Maybe I should put this somewhere else. I'm just going to put this here for now. Oh, holy buckets. Oh, I'm stuck. Oh, son of a bitch, it's stuck inside in the bloody thing. Lord have mercy. Oh, shite. God damn it. That's what I want to do. Lord have mercy. Where is my... always... No, I know what you mean. Sorry about that, Angie. I'm an idiot. No, I'm actually I'm not. This is not a multiplayer map. I'm streaming a single player map. So unfortunately, you won't be able to join. Apologies. No, I understand. I understand what you mean. Yeah, I'm streaming, single player here. There we go. So now we need to go get our plow, or seeder, whatever the hell that is. I don't know where it is. Oh, it's down here. Okay. All right. So yeah, this is a modified version of the horse pronto here. I really like what the modder has done with it, but we need to test it out now and see if it actually works the way it should. The base model looks absolutely fine, but does it function properly? Because that's the the real litmus test of any mod. Does it do what it's supposed to do? We are going to put down grass. Yay! We're going to put down grass. This field is just kind of too small, really, you can't get any decent yield off this field. I would prefer to have grass. So what we should do here is I'm going to put this on a worker. I'm going to observe him for a little bit and see how he does. Okay, I don't quite know what happened there. Said it was blocked by an object. I mean, it really shouldn't have been. Now, let me just check that there. Let me see that on the map. See if anything is showing up. Okay. Let me just check this here. Okay, I want to do that again. There we go. Okay, let's put down the second headland here. Said I don't know if it's wise for me to be even putting any kind of crops on this map. I'm just hoping that the map maker doesn't update the bloody map again. We're gonna have serious problems. So far the plow appears to be functioning as it should be. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put him on a worker, so he should have sufficient headlands now to finish off the rest of the fields. And I'm going to let him do that. So keep an eye on him. So he is moving at the expected speed. So what should we do next? Oh, buckets. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop off that weight there. And I'm going to go down and get another seeder, I think. Or a planter even, I should say. I'm going to get a planter. Let me turn that off there. That's 18 meters. 12 meters. 18.2. 12 meters. 9 meters. It's going to take a very long time to do that. What should we get? What should we get? Oh, I'm not entirely sure, my friends. I'm not entirely sure. Solid composition. When this thing is fully done, as you can see, so I need a planter. Well, what kind of a planter? That's 3 meters, 4.5, 6 meters. So we could do that. I mean, that's kind of cool. I mean, that's a little bit different. Maybe we'll do that just for something, you know, something different, something to look at. Hey, Isaiah, how are you? How are things? Yeah, we'll do the we'll do that Lemkin thing. What's it called? Or the Vaderstad, Vaderstad. Yeah, we'll do that one, just to do something a bit different. So I think we'll probably do soybeans, I guess. Soybeans is kind of my go-to crop. Although I could do corn as well. Maybe I'll do corn. Yeah, I'll do corn. Yeah, let's do corn. So the reason the reason I chose this was you know, it's a little bit something a little bit different. Let me I just want to check this out here, my friends. Give me a second here. That does not work. Okay. So it kind of works like this. Alrighty then. And then you got this guy here. Now, watch the side of the tractor here, okay? You see that? So it puts a hose. See the hose there? It's the hose all along there. All the piping and everything. Isn't that cool? That is pretty awesome right there, my friends. That is pretty damn awesome. And you can fold it up. See that? Very, very cool. I love these kind of systems. These kind of, you know, I've got a sulky system that's actually 3 parts. This is like a 2-part thing, but I've got a sulky system. You know, sulky's a French manufacturer of farming equipment, and you know, it does the exact same thing. Yeah, so we're going to do corn on this field here. We need to get some seeds. I don't know if there's fertilizer in this thing. Probably not. I don't know if it's... Does it support... Let me just check that. Does it support... It does. So it does hold seed and fertilizer. Interesting. But all I need is seed. So I wonder why it isn't filling up. Try that again. Oh, holy buckets. So it's saying that it's not fully full. Oh, there it is. Oh, I see. Okay. Ah. Alrighty then. Oh. So I guess this machine on the back has some kind of seeding. So I can probably demonstrate. Yeah, so it holds 560 liters on the back. Okay. Said I don't need. I have my field is fully fertilized already, so I don't need any fertilizer. No, I need to change my settings here to make sure everything's hunky-dory. So everything should be off. Let's save the game there. Excuse me. So we'll set this guy to work. Growth, soil composition. What do we do next? Excuse me. Why is that field showing up as still needing lime? Can someone explain that to me? What's going on there? It's already limed this field. What is going on with that? Why is that saying lime? Because I already did that bloody field, so why is it saying lime? Jesus. Oh shit. Wrong button. Bloody sure I already bloody limed this field, so why is it saying it? Fishy going on there. Okay, so it is actually working now finally. Let's get this over here again. There we go. See the kind of the beacon lights there on the PC. Yeah. Realistic beacons, as they call it. Right then, so we shall just let that be. A couple of glitches in the matrix there. It's not too much of a concern. For those of you who don't believe that we are actually living in the matrix. Oh crap, this doesn't need to be done at all. What am I doing? Holy buckets. I don't need to do this field. Shite. Okay. Oh well, we gave it a squirt anyways, what the hell. She is struggling with this. Holy buckets. Look at that. She is struggling right there, my friends. So that's the def filled up there. No, what am I doing? I'm not finished yet. Right, so let's take stock of the situation here. What am I doing? Field 23. Let's do field 23 manually. So it looks like this particular harvester has been modified excuse me, to support corn. I didn't realize that it supported corn. That is interesting. As I said, I did not know that was a thing. So the modder has obviously added corn and sunflower support to this thing. So that is interesting. And of course, this is going to allow me to do this. Now, had I known that this particular machine was a corn planter, would I have rented the other piece of equipment? Maybe not. But two machines working is better than one. So I think what we'll do, my friends, is we'll get this field planted with corn, and then we'll call it a day, a night, a stream. I think we've done a good amount of work today on the farm, and we'll call it a night then, and continue on at a later time. Yeah, we'll finish off work here. So with the two planters that we have here, or whatever they want to call them, seeders planters, it shouldn't take too long to to do this field. So yeah, the modder who created this particular, or modified this mod, yeah, he's added corn and sunflower support to the mod. So excuse me. So I think I'm going to do all my fields in corn, because I want to try and refill my silage bunker with corn. So it might be an idea to plant corn, and then we can chaff it. See that skill. See how I avoided that knocking over that sign? That's what you call skill, my friends. See that skill right there? Yeah, I tell ya. Good morning, Mr. Ozzy. Good afternoon for you, sir. It is a 4:27 a.m. here in Ireland, and I am assuming you are 10 hours ahead of me. So, good afternoon, sir. How the heck are you? What's going on, my friend? Just doing a little bit of corn work here. I'm going to try and refill my silage bunker that I lost with the map update. Once the modder updated the map, I lost all of my progress. Am I boring you, Asmina? Oh, I'm sorry. Perhaps you can go to Twitch. I'm sure there are more entertaining folks over on Twitch. Isn't that right, Mr. Ozzy? All the entertaining people are on Twitch. You know, they don't like you know, what happens in the real world, Mr. Ozzy. They don't like to see, you know, planting and seeding, and they want all the exciting stuff, you know. Well, they just want the exciting farming, not the boring stuff, I'm afraid. But this is how it is in the real world, isn't it, Mr. Ozzy? Farming is boring. It's a grind. It's time consuming. That's how farmers are in the real world. We can't all have 10 harvesters going at once, you know. In the real world, harvesters cost money, $500,000 or more. Some of them. Oh dear. Yeah, she who must be obeyed. Yes, yes, yes. This is Ozzy herself. Oh crap, I'm gonna do that wrong there. Let me get into a second position here. Let me try to do that again. Yeah, I mean, virtual farming is much more entertaining than real world farming, you know? Most equipment in the real world don't go, you know, the speed that we're doing here, you know, 11 miles per hour seeding or planting, you know. That's a pipe dream for most farmers in the real world. Maybe go 4, 6 maybe if we're lucky, depending on the equipment. I mean, this is a small field. Wait until we get to one of this bad boy here, right here. Woohoo! If you want to be bored, watch me plant this field. There you go, my friend. Yeah, I think it'll take about 10 hours to plant that thing, so get ready for some serious boredom. Anyways, how are you, Mr. Ozzy? How are things? Thank you for tuning in. So yeah, you know, you know, I pop in and out of your stream, and I pop into other streams, you know, during the morning time. So you know, I may not necessarily, you know, stay, you know, too long in you know, one particular stream in the morning time, you know, and move about. Have you decided on whether you're going to be getting any new animals in the real world? I know the situation with the fires and stuff, but What are animal prices like at the moment? Are they good or are they sky high? I have no idea. In speaking to Farmer Min, he says the hog prices have like dropped through the floor. You know, animal prices have sunk to like an all-time low because of the global situation. You know, if you want to buy a pig and slaughter it yourself, or you know, it's never a better time apparently to be buying animals. I actually, I don't normally plant fields myself. I mean, I'll do the headlands and stuff, but I normally just put them on workers. But I'm kind of starting off here on the map, so just decided to do it myself. I don't have enough equipment, enough tractors and equipment to kind of, put 3 or 4 workers on a field. Not at that point yet. What is the rain situation over there? Has it worsened, improved? Are you out of winter yet over there? Or are you still in? Are you in spring yet? Maybe? No, you're in summer. Hold on a second. Um, are you in the autumn yet? I don't know. You tell me what season you're at. Oh dear. And of course, with everybody at home in Australia, so the water levels in the dams are even probably even worse than they were prior to you know. I know you did get a little bit of rainfall that put out the fires, but you're probably back to square one now or worse because everyone is using the water. Everyone's staying at home and using the water. Ah, okay. Well, so much for global warming, yeah? Uh, you would think you'd be getting like loads and loads of rain, but it doesn't seem to be going that way down under. Let's take a look at what this guy has done here. Okay, we're almost finished this field now. So, yeah, once this particular field here is done, then I'm going to end this stream. So, I'll maybe another 5 minutes, something like that. I don't know how long I've been going. Maybe, I don't know, 3 hours, 4 hours? I don't know. Yeah, there's very, very little now left to do in this field. But that's not too bad, we got 2 fields planted. Nothing wrong with that. A good day's work on the farm, as it were. Yeah, you need a lot of rain for a long period of time, I suppose. to refill the dams and things. No, we're not in a drought situation, but we have seen substantially less rainfall. You know, I mean, Ireland is always, you know, pissing rain. But we've seen substantially less rain this year than in previous years. For some reason that wouldn't turn off. That was interesting. Don't know what happened there. She with the Porsche, she wouldn't power off for some reason. I wonder why that happened. Hope it isn't a bug. One second. I think there might be a tiny little spot here needs to be doing. Probably. Do. So as you can see there, fully fertilized. We've got wheat on field 24. Eventually we will do 14 and 12 and 11 and 26. But for right now, I think that's probably a most excellent spot to end the stream here. We've got a fair old whack of work done. Still more to do. But, you know, I think that's a good spot to end the stream right there, my friends. There we go. We'll just take a look around. Right then. So, listen, my friends. That is where we are going to end the stream. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Appreciate it. Mr. Ozzy, sir, you take care. We shall see you again. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. As I said, if you want to see me farming on Mars, once YouTube archives this live stream at the start of the video, you can literally see me farming on Mars. If you want to check that out, that's kind of cool. But anyways, my friends, we are going to end the stream there. And yeah, that's pretty much all we have to say. So take care. Bye-bye.